I'm Beth Crowley. I am here with Blitz magazine for the New Artist Spotlight.
Welcome, Beth.
Thank you.
Great to finally have you in the studio.
I know. Excited to be here.
Now, for those that don't know, Beth was actually the one that helped me come up with the concept for this weekly feature.
I did. I've been doing YouTube for a while, so any help that I can send along to other people, because I've made it work for me. So I'm happy to share my knowledge, so it is not very much.
Well, I definitely appreciate it. What's been going on with you? What's new?
I've just been working on some new stuff. I had a new single come out recently that's been well received, and I've been writing more on the book that I'm working on. But my idea that I want to do is I want to have a book that has a soundtrack that goes with it. So I'm going to be writing the songs that kind of pair up with the book and be putting that out kind of all together. So I'm pretty excited about it.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What's your book going to be about?
It's just like a contemporary young adult kind of love story, but with a lot of young adult books, it's like the end is when, this high school couple gets together, and it never really talks about kind of what happens in the real world after people graduate and go to college. And so I think it'll be good, hopefully.
That's cool. I wish you the best of luck with that.
Thank you.
I've been finding just a little niche for the the books.
Yeah.
In the music scene, which is awesome.
Yeah, it's been good.
So I did see your latest. I want to say it was your latest cover. Red.
Yeah, that's the latest new song. Yeah, it's my latest book-based song. It's a series by Victoria Aveyard called Red Queen, and she retweeted it and said she really liked it. So that was very exciting, but it's been doing really well, so which is always good.
And you recently played, or maybe not played, but made an appearance at a book thing?
Yeah, so earlier, so I've done a couple of things this year. In April, I went to a book conference where I got to meet a couple of the authors whose books I've written songs on. And then I actually, I guess it was June, I did an author event with an author that just published her debut novel. Her name is Joy Calloway. The novel is The Fifth Avenue Artist Society. And I actually ended up writing the audiobook intro for it. So I wrote custom piano music for that. And she invited me to Asheville so that we could do a kind of book signing, and then I got to play, and we're doing the same thing again in October. So it's been fun to actually get to work with an author who I've been kind of involved with, writing music for.
That's cool. Yeah. I know things have been a little bit quieter on your end, but...
Yeah, this year has been more doing some performances out and just kind of doing some stuff for me, traveling and, working on the book and everything, and slowly finishing some new songs. But I think for a while I felt this real pressure to make sure I was putting out new stuff just constantly, and it was really exhausting. And so I kind of took a step back and said I don't need to have a new studio version of a song every month. I can slow it down a little bit, and it's been good. It's been a good decision.
So I know we talked about this a little bit the last time in the written article, but for those unfamiliar, just give everybody a little bit of scoop and how you got started and who you are.
Yeah, so I started my YouTube channel in 2011. I put out a video that was just a mashup of a bunch of songs, and it kind of went viral, and so I all of a sudden had this platform for my music, and it had actually been a while since I had written anything, but I kind of got inspired to start writing again, and it just kind of snowballed from there. I put out original music, and then I got the idea to write a song based on a book, and that went so well that it was something I continued doing, and it's just kind of grown from there, and it's been nice because I think it means a little bit more that it's grown organically. So it's been a slow process, but I think a lot of times people will have a instantaneous viral video, and then that's kind of all people care about, and then they move on to the next thing. And so this has been nice that I've been able to kind of build it slowly and really amazing people along the way, and fans from countries that I can't probably even point out on the map. But yeah, I mean, it's like that's the great thing about the internet is that you can have people from all over the world that can listen to your stuff. Like the internet has made so many things possible that I don't think would have been possible before YouTube. So very fortunate.
It's definitely a whole different ballgame now.
Yeah.
Than when I was younger.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, you can do it yourself and actually be able to, put music out there without having to go through a record company. And so it's been really interesting because I have like a little bit of a background in music business. I got my certificate of music business in college, and so it's really cool to see from an artist standpoint, but from like a business standpoint too, the stuff that you're able to do that used to not be possible is really great for someone like me.
So you're definitely using that knowledge from school.
Yeah. Well, it's funny how much it's changed. I mean, even when I was in college, it was like social media had just started. Like Twitter was like brand new, and so even a lot of the stuff that we kind of started talking about in college, we really didn't know kind of how much of an impact it would have because it was just starting out. So yeah, I mean, I remember watching my first YouTube video. I think it was like at a summer camp, and someone had said like, yeah, like let's look at this performance from a Broadway musical. Like I'll pull it up on YouTube, and people were like filming, like shows that they were seeing on Broadway and then posting the clips, and so it was a way different ball game back then. But it's grown a lot.
And how has Nashville been for you? I know you moved here a couple years ago.
Yeah, it's been good. I think the biggest thing has been access to like really great studios. Like I found a producer that I've worked with all of my recording stuff that's great. And I mean the quality of musicians that you can get to like play on your songs is insane, and it's a good network of independent musicians. So I think that's been the biggest thing that Nashville has had to offer.
I second that.
Yeah.
Just from all the artists that I've met, everybody's just so eager to work with each other, help each other out.
Yeah, it's a community. It really is, and it's nice. It's nice to like have that kind of support.
Mm-hmm. How would you say? I mean, because I know in addition to writing your book stuff, you also write your own stuff. How would you say, that's different?
I think
compare it to.
I think it's not so different because I had to figure out, like I got to a point in my songwriting where I was like, okay, like I am, married, I live this like suburban life, like it's not that exciting, I'm not having all of this drama that's like, song material that's just happening in my life. So I had to like take a step outside of myself and figure out like, how do I put myself into the role of a character and like pretend that things are happening to me when really it's like, we binge watched Stranger Things this weekend and I was in bed by like 10 o'clock for, every day for the last 2 weeks. Cause that's not like the song that people really want to hear, surprisingly. But, so I think even with the stuff that I write, for books, and the stuff that I write that's just not inspired by books, I think there's a piece of me, like there's at least one lyric in every song that is, absolutely me and how I've like felt at a point in my life. But even the songs that aren't based on books are still kind of me putting myself into like a character or, imagining a scenario. And like the one that I am almost finished writing, I decided I wanted to write like a really sweet love song but have it be like realistic, because I go to like weddings and all the songs that like are played at weddings are just like really cheesy, and I was like, I want like a song that could be played at a wedding but is like kind of realistic about like feeling really nervous that you're about to like commit yourself to someone for the rest of your life. So like that was like the idea for this latest thing is like I want it to be still really sweet and still something that like you would hear at a wedding, but like a little bit more realistic. And so I kind of do that with everything I write, where I'm just putting myself into a different place to, you know, come up with lyrics that describe something that might not necessarily be happening to me. So
I don't even have an answer, like a reply to that right now. I'm just like,
yeah, I mean, it's, you know, it's been interesting because, I mean, for the longest time it was like I kept going back to like one former relationship for like, you know, drudging up like song material and be like, all right, I gotta go back to this thing. It was like 6 years ago now, but like I need some. And I was just like, you don't have to do that. Like you can, you know, it's acting and it's putting yourself into like a different perspective, and so it's been a good challenge, and I think it's really paid off. So yeah.
So what's coming up for you?
I am finishing a couple of songs. Hopefully I'll have one more single before the end of the year. And then, yeah, I just want to see where this book and the, you know, kind of soundtrack, I want to go with that, kind of what happens with that. And I'm just going along for the ride. I'm just kind of like taking it as it comes, and, you know, just been really fortunate that people have seemed to relate to and like the stuff I do, and so just trying to keep making people happy and feel things through song.
I think that's the best way.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot when people say that, like, because I know that was how it was for me when I was going through like tough stuff. Is like I can still listen to an artist or an album and be back to like when I was listening to it the first time, and, you know, it was like torn up about like a relationship, or like, man, the song captures like exactly what I want to say. And so it's really neat to know that like my music has done that for other people. I think that's really cool. So it's about all I can ask for.
We'll tell everybody where they can find you and your music.
Yeah, so my YouTube channel is youtube.com/BethJ007, and I'm also BethJ007 on Twitter, and Facebook and Instagram. Facebook is Beth Crowley Music, and Instagram is Beth J Crowley. So, and I'm, you know, posting stupid pictures of me and my pets, and, you know, I just did some really hard-hitting stuff. I did a Q&A video on my YouTube with my 6-year-old niece and 2-year-old nephew, so that went about as well as you could expect that to go. And so yeah, I just try and keep it fun. Like, I want to put music out, but like, you know, I want to show that I'm not like super taking myself seriously as an artist and like unrelatable. Like, I want, you know, people to just feel like they can have fun with me and, you know, cry to my songs when I want them to cry. So.
And on that note, everyone go check out Beth.